So Slate got gelded and he's been a little bit cranky ever since. Today is my first official training session with him since we took him to the vet and he got gelded. And he's been acting a little bit cranky ever since then. He's more apprehensive to me haltering him and catching him. Some of the penny-eared stuff is coming back a little bit. But I mean, who can blame him, right? Even though the gelding went as good as it possibly could have. It went very well. He had minimal swelling. He got right back to it. He's been doing fantastic. He's healed up really well. You know, I can sense that there's been a little bit of mistrust since then. So that's something that I'm going to be very intentional about building back up, which leads me into today's session, which is desensitizing. And up until now, I haven't really done a lot of focused desensitizing with him. Today is where that starts. When we desensitize, we're going to break it up into a few steps. First, I want to desensitize him to my tools. So today I'm going to work on desensitizing him to my rope and my steady stick, and we'll break it into a few steps so that you guys at home can see how you can begin to build and cultivate that trust by using desensitizing with your horse. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set my steady stick down. I'll use that in a moment, and this is my go-to tool for desensitizing. It's got lots of flex to it, and it's got rubber fittings where it's nice and safe, where if I accidentally do whack my horse inadvertently, he's going to be just fine. So I'm going to set my steady stick down, and I'm going to start with just my rope, right? It's important that he's okay with the rope on my rope halter here, and that he's comfortable with that. And you can see even now, just kind of getting into position, he's kind of moving. He maybe thinks that I want him to move his hind quarter or yield around. He's anticipating. And I'm just going to start with getting in position, okay? So when we're desensitizing our horse, it's important to start from a really good, safe position. The position that I'm going to want to start at is kind of between his nose here and his shoulder. And you can see, even with my hand coming back here, he's a little bit worried about that. But I need to be able to start with just being in a safe position where he's not trying to herd me, okay? So you can see that when I approach him, he kind of tries to keep me at a specific spot where he can kind of keep me in front and see me. And again, that's going back to working on that trust. Can I get behind this eye and rub and love? There we go. Rub and love on him without him thinking that he has to kind of creep back and be able to keep an eye on me just to watch and see what I'm doing. So I'm going to step him right back up here. Good boy. I'm going to give him a rub over his eye. I'm going to step up. I'm not going to fight him, but I'm going to try to just add a little bit of pressure here at the halter to encourage him to stay with me, okay? And I'm going to come right behind this eye here. Good. There we go. Good boy. I like that. Give him some rubbing and loving up here, between the ears, over his neck here. I'll rub and love on him. Just want him to know that there's nothing to worry about if I'm back here. Think about when that time comes when I ride him, like he's got to be okay with me being back here, right? Because that's where I'll be when I'm in the saddles. I'll be way back here. And so I need to make sure that he's okay with that. Now we got to build this trust. Be very intentional about how he's handling things. And he's being a gentleman right now, even though he doesn't want me back there, he's not being ugly or mean or nasty, which if you haven't been following this horse and this is your first time watching, this is a horse who has had a tendency to bite, to strike, to kick, to charge, to come at you. But he's doing really well right now, aren't you, bud? Okay, so I'm gonna stand right here. Right now you can see I got a little bit further between his nose and his shoulder here. My toes are kind of lined up with his front feet. I want to make sure he's okay with me being back here with my feet by his feet. That's a good place because that's where I'm going to need to be when I start desensitizing him. Good boy. So like a lot of things with our horses, we just kind of rinse and repeat. We do them over and over again until we have confidence that they have good understanding, right? I don't want them just doing this, half the time or some of the time. I want him being okay with me going back there most of the time. Eventually, I want him to be okay with me going back there all of the time. I want to have that 10 out of 10 confidence that no matter what, if I come back here, good, And if I do that 10 out of 10, there we go, nice big deep breath, licking and chewing, I love that. Then if I do this 10 out of 10 times, then he's gonna be okay with me back here. Good boy. So notice a second ago he took like a little half step backwards and I just kind of matched his steps. When he went backwards, I went backwards. So I'm staying here with him and he's not avoiding me. Like right here, I'm gonna go backwards with him. Good boy. This stuff seems so small, and some of the simple stuff, especially with a horse like this, could be skipped. But even though it's small stuff, it has big impact on building my horse's sense of trust and safety with me. Good boy. Okay, so see how he's going back? I'm gonna hold with a little bit of pressure and come on back and say, hey, you don't have to place me where you can see me. You can trust me back here. I'm not gonna do anything ugly to you, bud. Yeah, no, I promise. Good boy. Oh my goodness. So now I'm gonna be very intentional about, oh, good boy. Taking a nice big deep breath. Softening my cadence. Rubbing love on him. Let him know that me being back here, it's actually a good thing, yeah. Yeah, bud. Yeah, there you go. Very good. So I'm gonna go back to it again and kind of step him up forward a little bit. Then I'm gonna come back here. Come right there. I love that. He immediately lowered that head. I'm gonna match his steps. That was much better, right? So you can see I'm already making improvement, trusting me more to go back towards that shoulder, okay? Very good. This is just a starting place. Doesn't make sense for me to, get my tools out and start desensitizing him if I can't even just be kind of like in his presence and he's comfortable with that. So gotta work on that. Yeah, buddy, we're talking about you, yeah. Yeah, good boy. What a pony, good boy, okay. So here we go again. Walk back in here. Oh, I like that. Lowering the head, standing there. He hasn't backed up yet. Some good decisions here. I'll match his step there. I'm gonna rub and love on his neck here. Let him know that me being back here is a good thing. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. There's a spot here where the neck ties into the shoulder, okay? And it really helps when we rub and love on them there. A lot of horses like that. I'm gonna step him back up here. I'll turn him a little bit so you can see. So right here, where his neck ties into the shoulder, it's a really good spot to rub on your pony. I've had a lot of people that have made comments like, when are you gonna comb out that mane? We'll get there, but I wanna make sure that we're not skipping steps. Although it's gonna be great to comb out that mane, it's not the most important thing. I wanna make sure that he's safe for me, right? So, because for example, if I can't get here by the shoulder, how the heck am I gonna be able to comb this out without him shooting backwards on me, right? So all of this works together. Eventually we'll get to the mane and combing that out, but I don't wanna do it just to do it. I wanna make sure he's accepting, he's safe, he's in a good position where I can very gently and carefully comb out that mane and I don't have to worry about him flying backwards or nipping at me or biting at me or striking out or doing, oh, buddy, yes, sir. Hey, Mr. Slate. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I like that. See how I kind of there we go. Kind of get him to suck into me here. I love that. There we go, good. Oh, I like that a lot. That's huge. That's huge for him to take those steps towards me and not back away. I'm really gonna rub and love on him here. So we're really beginning to create a magnet here where he is actually wanting me to be with him and not avoiding me. Oh, I like that. How he kind of lowered that head a little bit when I came in. Awesome, good. So we've made some big improvement here. Up until now I've been coming kind of this way. This time, because this is how I'm gonna be when I'm desensitizing, I wanna come in facing him, good. Good boy. Oh, that's really good. You're not too old. You're not too broken. You just need the right support. Even before the spook, your body was already bracing. You didn't want to freeze, but it happened anyway. And your horse, well, they felt every ounce of it. The truth is, fear doesn't fade with time. It fades with trust. And trust, that comes with connection. It's hard to connect when fear takes the reins. And that's why we created Unbreakable Bond Premium, to help you rebuild trust step by step. You'll get our full 10-course training roadmap, where we take you from some of the basics like groundwork and desensitizing, all the way to some of the more advanced stuff like obstacle work and cantering for confidence. Plus mini courses, live group coaching, and a private community of riders who care deeply about doing it right for their horses and themselves. The piece you've been looking for, it's closer than you think. Start your 7-day free trial and build the bond that your horse actually wants. Good. Okay, so we got step one kind of squared away, where I can get into position with him without him immediately just shooting backwards. And if he does start to creep backward again, I'll just kind of drift with him to let him know that drifting away doesn't get me out of his hair, that it's actually a good thing for me to be here with hair. Good. Because he gets some scratching and rubbing and loving, and that feels good to my pony, huh, buddy? Okay. All right, so now the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead, now that he's okay with me being in safe position with him, I'm going to go ahead and introduce him to my lead rope here, okay? So I'm Mr. Slate, and this is Mr. Lead Rope, and we're not gonna hurt you. So I'm gonna take my lead rope here, and what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna start with just there. I love that. Him letting me get in that position between his nose and his shoulder, and him dropping that head. That is huge. I'm gonna start with just tossing this over his back. And when I get into desensitizing with a horse, I don't really like to baby them, okay? And again, I haven't really intentionally just gone ham on the desensitizing with him, but in the process, I've done some stuff with the rope, with the long pole, you know, with the lead rope when I'm going to catch him. So it's not like this is all brand new, but I'm not gonna baby him through this process. When I throw this rope, I'm gonna really just kind of throw it, and then I'm gonna go right back to it, and throw it, right back to it, and throw it. And the idea here is he's really gonna overreact, but I want him to discover on his own, good, on his own, right? I didn't pull him and say, quit, stand still, pony, why are you moving? You need to stand still and lick and chew and cock a hind foot. No. I want him to discover on his own that when he stands still, that is when, and did you hear him kind of take that big, deep breath? That's when everything kind of settles down from that. There's no reason to overreact. So I'm gonna go right back into it, right? I'm gonna take my rope. Look at that, much better, right? And so sometimes we kind of dance around some stuff with our horses because we're afraid that, oh, my horse is gonna blow or they're gonna be worried. With these horses, they much rather us be clear and know what's going on. And so I much rather him overreact and realize that nothing's gonna happen and he doesn't have to be worried, than never put him in a position where he actually expresses himself. Because if we don't allow him to express himself during the training, then it's gonna come out somewhere. And I much rather it come out in a controlled, safe environment than in an unpredictable, unexpected situation. Oh my goodness. Mr. Slate, you're so brave. Okay, so here we go. Get nice and big. Oh, buddy, this is a good pony right here. Look at this pony. Oh my goodness. So he's doing a really good job of just standing there nice and relaxed. And so now I'm gonna get even bigger. I'm gonna really chuck it over. Good. See, that kind of bothered him a little bit, but he stayed with me, right? Whenever we get to saddling him, I'm gonna have to put a saddle over his back, right? Or, you know, you got some horses people rope off of, right? You need to be able to throw a rope off that pony's back, right? Or you might be taking your pony down the trail and a tree branch or a vine ends up smacking. I mean, there's so many practical applications as to why you might be riding with some long split reins and you flip your reins over. You never know, right? And so the bigger, larger that I can do this with him, the better. Something to keep in mind, every horse is different. And so the approach that I'm taking with Slate might not be an approach that I take with another type of horse. But because this horse can tend to be aggressive, I'm not really being super gradual in my desensitizing. I'm just getting in there. If there is going to be any aggression, I'd like him to bring it on out. There's nothing wrong with that aggression. I just want to show him that if he is aggressive, that it's misplaced, that there is nothing to worry about in the first place. So you can see how I'm kind of just going through his body now methodically. I want to touch all 4 feet. Let that rope wrap around. Make sure he's comfortable with that. Good. This is also helping to prepare him for when I do go to pick up his feet, because I have not picked up his feet yet. That's huge. I got to be able to pick up this pony's feet. If I had started picking up his feet when I first started working with him, he'd probably bite my neck off or kick my face off. And so now you can see he's so much more relaxed with some of this stuff. And we're going to do some more very intentional work to prepare him for the feet. But the way he's acting, like I kind of feel, I'm going to see if he'll just pick up that foot for me. There, I like that. Yeah, and so I kind of feel like he's already moving in the direction of being in a place where I can pick my pony's feet up. Okay, so I kind of like where we are now. I can get kind of big with it, and he's relaxed. I can really throw it over. Oh, gotcha, sorry, bud. Really throw it over. And you see, sometimes you're gonna accidentally whack your horse or tap him. Don't worry about it. Just take a deep breath, move on, tell him you're sorry, but don't stop and pause and make it a big deal. Like, oh my God, baby, are you okay? Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I don't want to do that, because then that makes him think like, oh my goodness, is there something really to be worried about? So I just want to keep rolling. Even if I accidentally put too much pressure on him and end up whacking him. But for starters, I really like where we are here, where he's letting me flick the rope over his one side, this left side here, with a lot of energy, and then also letting me come up under his legs, under his girth, under his belly and flank there, over his neck. Good. Let's do the tail. Oh my goodness, what a pony. What a good pony. Good pony, yeah. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna work his other side. Of course, once we work one side, we're gonna work the other one as well. I wanna make sure that I can just get into position between nose and shoulder here. So just like the other side, he wants to be able to see me, right? He doesn't wanna have me back there and not know what's going on. Perfectly understandable. It's like, wait a minute, bud. I trust you a little bit, but not a lot of it. What are you doing back there? Okay, good boy. Good boy. What a pony. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's get the hair out of the eye so you can see a little better. Good boy. Good. I'm gonna step him right back up here. And I'm gonna go right back to getting into position over here. Good. Match his steps. Good. Yeah, this is huge. This is really important for my pony. Huh, buddy? Yeah. And so again, this is so important because I feel like a lot of people just skip steps. If you have a pony at home, and you might be surprised, go and grab your pony and see if you can just get back here without them floating back and being worried. Like you see how he's all worried, and just work on this. You might not even work on anything else that session, right? Just maybe the next couple sessions, work on coming in, There, between his nose and shoulder. Good. Rubbing and loving on him. Letting him know it's a good place to be. Good. Keep floating with him. Good. And then draw him back up. Good boy. Come back in again, between his nose and shoulder. I'm gonna help encourage him to stay with me. So I'm putting a little bit of pressure here to say, hey, stay with me. Know where to go. And when I put pressure, it's like a constant pressure here, right? I'm not like yanking and pulling, but I'm just making it enough where it's a little bit of discomfort behind the pull to say, hey, when you pull back, there's pressure. When you come in, there's a release of pressure, and that feels a little better, okay? So let's turn you this way. Good boy. Let's walk back in here. Good boy. Good boy. What a pony, Mr. Slate. Yeah. Yeah, you're such a big boy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you really are. I'm gonna back off here, and I'm gonna come right back in. Good boy. I'm gonna hold him steady for a moment. Good. I'm gonna back off. Oh, I like that you're coming with me. That's really nice. Yeah. And I'm gonna come right back in. There. And I'm gonna rub on my pony. Let him know that he's made a good decision by staying with me here, not backing up or backing away. If he does take a step, I match his steps. Match his steps. Nice big deep breath. Oh my goodness, what a good pony. Good boy, okay? We're gonna step out. And now we're gonna step right back in. I'm gonna give my pony a rub. Oh my goodness, Mr. Slate. What a good pony, yeah. Oh yeah, good boy. Take a nice big deep breath here, match his steps. Oh, I like what we're seeing here. You know, you can see in his face, right now he's just kind of tolerating me, right? I'd really like to see him soften and accept me. So I'll just wait. Ah, bud. Yeah, it's okay. And this is something that we can't rush. You know, there's no amount of yanking on the lead rope or whacking on a pony that'll get them to accept us. That's kind of the old way of doing things. You know, the new way is really being patient, taking your time, setting your horse up, and waiting for that moment that they really choose to connect with you. Hey there, bud. Oh, I like that. Oh, look at that, you guys. There. That was really good. He kind of tried it out there. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my, oh, does that feel good? Slate, you're so soft, bud. Yeah. You're so soft. Yeah, talking about you. You see his nose start to kind of tip in towards me a little bit. I like that. Right there, good. Right there, good. Yeah. Yeah, good. Those are all moments there of connection, of him choosing to engage with me. Not because he has to, but he wants to. He's like, oh, that feels good, thanks. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Good boy. Good boy. I'm gonna match his steps. Match his steps. Good boy. Just get him comfortable with me being between his nose and his toes back here. There. Match his steps. Nothing to worry about. Everything's fine. Yeah. Good. Hey, bud. Hey. So it's important if you're at home doing desensitizing with your horse, it's not just going in there with the tools and getting started, but make sure that you can get into position. And if you can't get into position, take however long you feel like you might need to get them comfortable with you getting into position. Good boy. Oh, I like that. He's made some good decisions here. Good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave him. I'll step him back up here. Step him up. Step him up. Step him up. Get him to come in towards me. Come on, give me another step, bud. There you go. I promise I don't bite. I don't bite. Yeah, there we go. Good. Oh my goodness. Look at that, you guys. Look at him licking and chewing. Nice big deep breath just to let him know he made some good decisions there. I'm gonna rub and love on him some here. Hey, thank you, Mr. Slate. And so that's what I mean about sticking with it until they choose to connect with us, not just making them stand there, right? So I'm gonna come in one more time on this side. This time I'm coming facing forward. Good. When I mean forward, like I'm facing him versus before I was like this, right? And so when I'm in position and I'm desensitizing him in a second, I'm gonna be like right here, right? So I wanna make sure he's good there. Let me step him up again. Make sure he's solid with me, facing forward. There, good. And there is a little bit more pressure, right, when I'm facing forward, more, right? That's more of like a predatory stance, right? I'm facing him. So it's gonna be a little bit more pressure for him to deal with when he's going forward. And so if I come forward at a horse in a position and they're kind of worried about that, then a lot of times what I'll do is I'll shift to assuming the same position as them so that they don't feel trapped by my energy, right? My energy's kind of flowing this way, right? Versus when I turn and shift, you see that? Like just he moves away. It's a big shift because he can feel that my energy is zeroed in on him, right? See how now he's tipped out, he's rocking back. So I want to get him okay, letting him know that even though I do have energy focused at him, that it means absolutely nothing. Nothing to worry about here. There's no threat to him. He doesn't have to respond. I'm not asking him to do anything. I'm not asking for any type of sensitizing exercise. One of these days, we're gonna give you a good brushing and grooming and a nice bath, huh, bud? Yeah, pretty soon here. Yeah. Good boy. So I like that. Doing well here. I'm gonna reposition. I'm gonna come back in here. Good boy. There we go. That's the best that he's done with that forward energy. So now I'm gonna go right to the desensitizing with my rope here. And remember, with my pony here, I'm not gonna tiptoe around it. I'm gonna go right to it. I'm gonna throw it over there. Because sometimes when we're working with our horses, things kind of come out unexpectedly, right? And so if we've never actually just like, hey, there's stimulus, there's pressures that you're gonna have to deal with. If we've never actually done that with our horse, then they never get the benefit of learning, oh, look, I overreacted, but there's nothing to worry about. Versus being super tiptoey and never actually getting him in a position where he's uncomfortable. I'm a big proponent of being fair to my horse I'm a big proponent of making sure that we set them up for success and focusing on the connection. But part of life and part of the training process is that our horses have to learn that there will be times when things are uncomfortable. And even when they're uncomfortable, he can choose not to overreact, to know that that discomfort will pass. And so you can see now he's much more relaxed with this. He's not overreacting, even with a lot of pressure there. He's like, oh, that same thing just happened a moment ago and nothing happened to me. No need for me to waste my energy and effort. And there we go, good. And overreact. Yeah, we don't need to overreact to stuff, bud. Good boy. So now I want to see how he's doing on this side. Neck and shoulders, back feet. We'll do them individually. Good. Let's see if I can get it into that one. Good. Front feet. Good. Do those individually. Good. Good. Come up underneath the flank. See how he does with that. Come up under the girth here. Good. Back to neck and shoulders. Oh, you didn't like that. I'll step him back into this. Good. Back to neck and shoulders. Good. Good. Back to neck and shoulders. Good. See if we can get up higher over the pole. Oh, what a pony. Good boy. What a good pony. So I like that. I'm going to finish up my desensitizing with the rope. We're just doing a little bit of twirling the rope. Seeing how he does with that. So some desensitizing overhead. There's some noise to it. Good boy. Oh yeah. Good pony. And we'll finish up on this side, same thing. Take it over him a couple times before I go right to twirling the rope. Good boy. Oh my goodness. Mr. Slate. You're being such a good pony. Even though things are uncomfortable and we're doing some new things, you're doing your best, man. And that's all I can ask for. Yeah. Good boy. So this is a really good session. You know, I had planned on getting a little bit further and getting into some of the work with my steady stick with him, but this is actually a really, really good session. I'm gonna let him break for a little bit and let him rest, soak all of this in, and then I'm gonna work on introducing my steady stick to him as well and carrying on his desensitizing.